Oh boy, it is feeling like Christmas time. Let me get this out the way because I don't want to just lead anybody on here. Nintendo has not announced anything yet, but it is all coming together. Yes, it is all coming together because a lot of analysts are apparently gearing up for Switch 2 with some type of reveal happening, yes, this month. Now, let's get into the article and actually what's going on here. Real quick, before we dive into the news, you guys are extremely insane. Literally, we've been having goals each day to keep getting more and more subscribers in the last, and literally yesterday, you guys reached 372 brand new subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough. Let's see how many more we can get from this video. If you're excited by Switch 2, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But enough yapping, let's dive into the news. So it is now being reported that Chris Dring, which is a video game industry analyst, has come out and claimed that he's heard industry whispers that something Switch 2 related is happening this month. And if we actually go to Christopher Dring's page, he actually tweeted out, "With industry whispers around something Switch 2 related happening this month, I thought I'd remind everyone of the official list of the greatest game consoles of all time. 1, Nintendo Switch, 2, everyone else." But some other analysts actually jump in and chime in on this. For instance, David Gibson, which is a senior analyst, comments and says, "Think it might be September 18th through the 26th, or in early October. Avoid Tokyo Game Show." And then we have Andy Robinson chime in, which is a known video game journalist, and states, "Seems a bunch of press have heard this, but I still wouldn't bet my house on it." I guess referring to the fact that he thinks it could happen, but still not 100% guaranteed. And then another game journalist known by Chris Scullion, which actually has a pretty big following on Twitter right now, commented, "I'd bet your house on it." Now this could have just been a joke back at him, saying that he's betting something that he obviously doesn't own, or maybe there's a little bit more to that. Like, okay, this is definitely happening. I would definitely bet a house on this. This is obviously so exciting, but of course, this is stuff that's been rumored for a very long time now. For the last couple of months, PH Brazil and Nate the Hate have both been saying that there is gonna be something Switch 2 related in September, that Nintendo was moving things up accordingly in order to clean out September for this showcase. And clearly, that is happening right before our eyes. Nintendo pushed everything up at the end of August, and it just makes sense, and I can't believe people were still denying that something wasn't happening in September. I mean, Nintendo clearly has been shifting things around, and even more every day we talk about this. Like, literally now, the list gets even bigger. Not only did Nintendo showcase a museum direct and also a partner and a mini direct at the end of August, but they also gave us trailers the last couple of weeks, including this week that we're on, with Mario Party Jamboree getting new trailers for Paulygon and the Japanese website going live. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, we also got 2 5-minute in-depth trailers, with the recent one being like last week for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, not to mention the demos are playable, or at least were playable at PAX West, so there's been tons of information for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I'm pretty sure we're done with that game. There's probably going to be a couple, like maybe one more overview trailer or something like that. They've been giving us a lot of information on that game. And a game that I am the most excited for this year, being Mario & Luigi Brothership, I didn't expect any new information anytime soon, and we already got another trailer showcasing the world and the characters and the enemies, and even some gameplay segments on the Japanese website showing the battling and stuff. So, like, literally Nintendo is getting out information on everything, and I'm sorry to say this, we are not getting a Nintendo Direct this month. Because what in the world would Nintendo show? There's like absolutely nothing to talk about. They'd be just showing more trailers of stuff that we've been getting trailers for already anyways. So the only new information we could get is something for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, and probably for Metroid Prime 4, and everything else would just be repeat stuff that we've been hearing about. So yes, there's not going to be a Nintendo Direct, and I think that was very evident by the partner showcase happening at the end of last month. So with that in mind, it's just a perfect time for Switch 2. Like, it's just absolutely perfect, and I am so sure of this now. At first, I was sitting around a 90, moved it up to like a 92. I'm about a 96, almost 97% sure right now that there's going to be some type of Switch 2 information this month in September. And in fact, I'll go a bit further and state, if there is no Switch 2 information this month, I will wear a Tingle outfit for this Halloween, and I will run around my neighborhood with it on, and I will literally post a video of it. And I am not joking. So if we're expecting some sort of Switch 2 presentation this month, when do we expect it? Could it happen this week? Can it happen next week? Can it happen the week after that? What about the last week? It's hard to say, but I think I can narrow it down for you. So first off, the first week of September is the one we are in currently, and By the time this video is out, clearly if Nintendo announced something, it would be by now because it's already Wednesday. And by the time this video is out, it'll already be past 10 a.m. Eastern time, which is when they announce stuff on Twitter. So yeah, probably not happening this week. Doesn't make any sense. Now, if we go back to David Gibson's tweet where he thinks it's going to be between September 18th through the 26th. Now, that would take us into the 3rd week of September and the 4th week of September. Personally, I don't think it's going to happen the 4th week either. That is the week of Tokyo Game Show and also the release of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I don't think they would want to do that to the game, putting that on the same week. I mean, they're already announcing this thing, it looks like, before a lot of these holiday games, so putting it on the same week would just be even more killer for them. They probably don't want to do that. So my bet right now is between next week and the week after. And to be even more specific for you guys, from Tuesday, September 10th to Thursday, September 19th is fair game. Now, something else I'd like to remind you guys, for the Switch presentation, that actually happened on a Friday. That was completely bizarre for Nintendo. It was like a Friday night too, and it was pretty late when it happened, and it was just strange. It was something we've never really seen before. So they could do something completely out of the norm. They could have some type of weekend presentation or something on Friday again. So remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be in Nintendo's normal schedule, being normally Tuesday through Thursday, but it normally is, so maybe we just keep an eye out for those dates. And the last thing I do want to touch on is, how will this presentation even go? Is this going to be a simple reveal, like the first reveal of the NX, which we found out the name being the Switch, and we just saw like a 2 to 3 minute trailer showcasing the console being in portable mode and then on home console mode, and also showcasing a couple of games sprinkled into the trailer, like a glimpse of Mario Odyssey, seeing more of Breath of the Wild, and even glimpses of Splatoon 2 and some other titles as well, which was pretty cool, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We could very well get something like this, but the fact that we know that this is just going to be a new version of the Switch probably means we may not be getting the same formula that we got for the original Switch reveal. Maybe we never do get a big blown out hour-long presentation either, because we don't need to sit there and watch them talk about Joy-Con this time around, because it's probably going to still be Joy-Con, just new versions of them, and just new versions of things that we're used to. So this isn't like a new generational leap. Even Nintendo stated this is going to be something similar to the Switch 2. I mean, they didn't quote that, but you know what I mean. They actually said that this is just not going to be a huge leap into a new type of hardware. This is still going to follow after the Switch. So I'm assuming this is just going to be like the Switch Pro or the Switch 2, something that's very similar, but also with brand new features and obviously a lot more power. So odds are they don't necessarily need a huge presentation like they had in 2017. So maybe this showcase is actually bigger than most people think. Maybe it's just like a direct focused on this Switch, where we actually can get some games revealed in this thing as well. This is like Nintendo's big September Direct, but Switch 2 focused. And normally going from the September Direct all the way to the February Direct, it's like a 5-month gap, the biggest gap of the year, and the hard one to get through for us fans as we wait for new announcements. And it's even worse when you realize we very well might not have a Nintendo Direct this September. I mean, really, I think it's all but confirmed at this point, which means we would be going on like an 8-month hiatus from June till February with no Nintendo Direct. So yeah, it makes sense if this showcase was instead just a Switch 2 Direct instead, where they could actually focus on a couple of games and stuff. I think it would be perfect. And unlike the original Wii U to Switch transition, I think this one's going to be a lot smoother, meaning all the games you play on Switch can be played on Switch 2. They'll still be advertising Switch 1 games for Switch 2, and it's just going to be a smooth transition. Like, you see Echoes of Wisdom, you see Mario Party Jamboree, you see Mario and Luigi Brothership, all these games you can play on Switch 2, plus these couple of new titles that are going to be specifically for Switch 2, where then they can generate hype for those big AAA games which we haven't had in a while. The next 3D Mario, the next Mario Kart. That's the stuff we're waiting for. And I feel like we are about to get this literally within a couple of weeks, which is so exciting. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think we're all still crazy that there's going to be nothing Switch 2 related and that Nintendo's just sitting in September doing absolutely nothing? Because I think it's safe to say we are not having a Nintendo Direct. So clearly something else is afoot. We're just going to have to wait and see what it is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys. Nintendo, don't make me wear this tingle suit.